Okay, so today we are in Unit 4, week Lesson 5. We are on page 117 in our math book, How Many Bills? So we are using money, not real money, but this paper money to kind of help us with our lesson today. So it says for our math message or warm up, this picture of a dollar bill is about the same size as an actual dollar bill. All United States bills are the same size and weight, so they're all identical. So our first thing we're going to do is how many bills does it take to cover your book? So you're going to make a sketch first and think about how you want to arrange them. Oh, sorry, after you figure it out from your book over here, your hard book, you can draw in this space below what you did. So if you are home and don't actually have this printout, you could easily take dollar bills, borrow dollar bills, excuse me, from your parents and say, I need it for math. I promise I'll give them back, okay? So you're going to pause the video and do that and arrange them on your book. Okay, I'm going to show you mine, what I ended up with. If I didn't have any white, they would be perfect, but I figured out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so then you would copy your sketch on to number 1. Pretend the pages on your book are made of $5 bills. So how much money would you have? Well, I got to think, how many did it take to cover my top? 7. So then my equation would look like this. 7 times $5 equals U. Now we are using printout, page 154 in Schoology. It is a PDF there as well. So it's not in our math workbooks. So it says, walking away with $1 million. Imagine that you have done a heroic deed and will be given $1 million as a reward. You get a box from your teacher to carry the money home. Wow, it was even delivered to school. Jeepers. So use what you learned in this math message. So practicing trading out $1 bills for other money to solve the problem below. So if you have a stack of bills here, it says that are 1 inch high, that has about 250 bills. I'm just going to write that behind. Okay, so now it says a ream of paper. A ream of paper is what us teachers get. I'm going to zoom out here, is what us teachers get when we're putting things in the copy machine, in our copy machine. So that's what they call a ream of papers. So it looks like this. If you look in the corner on the video that I'm showing you, yeah, so that's what a ream of papers looks like. Then we rip off the top page and put all these pages in the copier. Okay, so that ream of paper is 2 inches high. Huh. So if I know this is 250 bills, and this one's 2 inches high, what's 250 plus 250? I'm just going to write a little 500 right there so I kind of know. And the box holds 10 reams of paper. So ever how many bills are in here, we got to take that times 10 to know. So a box holds all these copy papers. So right now we need to figure out, is it possible to fit the reward of $1 million in $1 million in $1 bills in your box? Show an option or explain how your answer makes sense. Well, we know that 1 inch is right here, but we need to figure out how many cover a piece of paper, right? So I'm going to go over here with my dollar bills and I'm going to cover, oh, actually, we already know it was 7. So times 7 on the top, that's 1 layer. And how many layers will there be? Well, in 1 inch, there was 250. In 2 inches, there's 500. So we would go 500 times 7. And that's going to help us know how much is in this whole ream. Let's use our handy dandy way of multiplying. We go friendly numbers. 5 times 7 is how much? 35. We count our zeros. There's nothing behind 7. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3,500. Okay, so now we got to figure out. So that's $3,500 in this spot right here, just in one ream of paper. This box holds 10 of those. So we need to take 3,500 times 10, and that'll tell us how much can fit in this box. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. 3,500 times 10. Okay, I apologize for the extra noise in the background. The kids are heading to recess right now as I am recording this. Okay, so we've got our $3,500. And then we've got 10 of those. So we're going to take 35 times 1, which is our friendly number. 35. And how many zeros? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we put our commas in here. So if you were carrying this much money home, you would have $35,000 in this box. So if you got $1 million, would that actually fit in this box? No, only $35,000 would fit. Okay, so we've answered this. So I want to see your work. If you wanted to solve it a different way, you may. And now we are ready to flip this page over and go to page 155, which is the second part of that. So it's asking, oops, it's blurry. Is it possible to fit the reward of 1 million or $100? Is it possible to fit the reward of $1 million in $100 bills in your box? Okay, show or explain how you know your answer makes sense. Okay, so we've got our bills pile, just kind of how they did before. This time they're in $100, not $1. Trying to show all the layers of that. How many did it say were on there? Well, it said that each 1 inch had 250 of those. So I'm going to try to copy their 1 inch sign here. There was 250 of those. So 250 times 100 now, though. We need to figure out what that is. 25 times 1 is 25. Count our zeros. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So in 1 inch, there's actually 25,000. Okay, so now a ream of paper, we said that that was 2 inches thick. Going back, a ream of paper was 2 inches thick. So what's 25,000 times 2? Well, I always like to think of money. So what's 2 quarters is 50. And how many zeros? 1, 2, 3. So 2 inches, a stack of paper, a ream of paper is 50,000. Okay, so now we got our box. Okay, our boxes times 10. Oh, but we don't even know how much is in this pile. We just know that 2 inches thick. Okay, so now we got to go back. So 50,000, and we said 7 fit in here. So we got our 1, 2, I'm kind of showing how we lined up those bills. So 50,000 times 7 is 5 times 7 is 35. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoopsies. My comma should be there. So one ream has $350,000. Wow. So now that we know our final answer for here, now we can move on over to our box. So 350,000, how many papers, reams of paper does it hold? 10. So what's our equation? 350,000 times 10. 35 friendly numbers and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put our commas in. Wow, this would hold $3,500,000. So that would work, doesn't it? Awesome. You could carry home all your money. Thank goodness you didn't have to leave any for Mrs. Smith, huh? If you got $100 bills. Okay, and that is our lesson today. We're going to continue to use this knowledge to help us in the future. Thank you.